and they manipulate our history books. The history books are not true. It's a lie. The history books are lying. You need to know that. You must know that.
August 16th, you get a visit from some authorities. And who were these authorities?
Very specifically, originally it was 2 FBI agents who I spoke to for several minutes very candidly.
And what did they say?
Well, they said they were concerned.
Did they say, hey, we have a search warrant, sir?
Oh, no, nothing of the sort.
Sir, we have an arrest warrant.
They said they were there just to talk.
And the content of your conversation was your Facebook post?
They mentioned it, yes.
And so did you try to explain to them what you were doing? Just expressing your viewpoint.
They didn't. They seemed concerned, but they weren't very specific. So I felt like I had to draw it out of them.
Okay, so you went into detail in your statement. At what point did they move forward to arrest you and put handcuffs on?
Very specifically, 10 to 15 minutes in the conversation, the cops surrounded me and started trying to.
Did that surprise you at that point?
It did, absolutely. They didn't. It was almost as if they had come from that purpose in the beginning.
You're eventually taken to a hospital where you're put in what's called a psych ward. You wind up in a psychological ward where you have psychiatrists asking you questions. And one of them you told me was, do you hear voices and stuff like that. You had one psychologist, as you said, a psychiatrist, who said that he was going to brainwash you. I remember you calling me on the phone about that when you were very concerned. So obviously, people like you, or people like me who write it all the time, can become targets. So you became a target. Now this is, go back again.
It's almost like
this is the government you serve overseas. You become a target of that government.
Well, it's a government that I love.
And you want to see good things. You want freedom.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why you got on the internet and spoke and you got punished for it.
Y'all see that guy get tasered at John Kerry's speech on YouTube? Did y'all hear what he asked John Kerry to get himself tasered? Did you hear the question? You didn't hear the question? He was like, is it not true, Senator Kerry, that you were a member of Skull and Crossbones, a secret society with George Bush? And Kerry was like, that's a very good question, and I'm going to answer that question.
To continue to pile name upon some wall in the future for a strategy that has failed. That's the distinction. Sir.
I first and foremost want to thank you for your time. You spent a lot of time talking to those here today. I want to thank you for coming and being open and honest. You recommended a book to us earlier. I wanted to recommend a book to you. It's called Art Madhouse by Greg Palast.
Yeah, I have it actually.
Yeah, he's the top investigative journalist in America.
I've already read it.
And he says you won the 2004 election.
Right.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? You won in 2004. In fact, there were multiple reports on the day of the election of disenfranchisement of black voters in Florida and Ohio. I'll ask my question. Thank you very much. I'll ask my question. I'm going to preface it. He's been talking for 2 hours. I think I can have 2 minutes. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to ask you my question. I'm going to inform people, and then I'm going to ask you my question. So there are multiple reports of disenfranchisement of black voters on the day of the election in 2004.
Right.
There was also voting machines, electronic voting machines in Volusia County, Florida, that counted backwards. So amidst all these reports of phony stuff going on, how could you concede the election on the day? How could you concede the 2004 election on the day? When in this book, it says there were 5 million votes that were suppressed and you won the election. Didn't you want to be president? I'm not even done yet. I have 2 more questions. If you were so against Iran, how come you're not saying, let's impeach Bush now? Impeach Bush now before you can invade Iran. Why don't we impeach him? Impeach Bush. Clinton was impeached for what? A blowjob? Why don't we impeach Bush? All right? Also, were you a member of Skull and Bones from college with Bush? Were you in the same secret society as Bush? Were you in Skull and Bones? Thank you for cutting my mic. Thank you. Are you going to arrest me? Excuse me. Excuse me. What are you arresting me for? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is anybody watching this? I'm not doing this. What is going on? I want to stand and listen to you answer my question. Why are you arresting me for asking? Help! 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 Are you kidding? You're arresting me. Help! I didn't do anything. Help me! Help me! Help! They're arresting me.
He's got a taser on his chest. I mean, this really is he's an idiot.
I didn't do anything. Tase me, bro. Don't tase me. I didn't do anything. Ow! 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 Let me go. Let me go. Let me go.
Why? Why are you doing that?
Oh my God.
Back up. Back up. Why?
What did I do? What did I do? What did I do?
Come on, Papa.
When this all happened, I spoke to you before you even had a chance to speak to Andrew, who was being held in jail. When you saw the tape, when you saw what led up to the tasering, were you angry at your son or were you proud of your son?
Well, I was very proud of my son for standing up for his rights, basically. He was asking a question at a forum, a college setting, where people are supposed to ask questions. This was a town forum where people came to ask questions to Senator Kerry. And he asked the questions maybe that no one else had the guts to ask.
And Judy, as a mom, when you heard people say, this is a troublemaker, this is a guy who went there to cause trouble, how do you respond to that?
Well, I know that that's not the case. He's not a troublemaker. He was there to discuss his beliefs.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.